Hi guys, it's me Jess here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I make my new favorite spring dresses. I first saw this dress on Pinterest and I instantly got attracted to it because it's have everything I love. It's have the balloon, a big soft sleeve with deep V-necks in a little bit loose fit, and the matching between two different types of fabric make it so cool. So I look a little bit more into this styles of design and I also found it still looks so beautiful in one type of fabric, so I have to try it out. My most favorite part of this dress to me is the sleeve part. It's in the balloon or big soft sleeves. And I found out that there are two ways to make this style of sleeve. The first way is using the elastic band at the end of the sleeve, and the second way is using the lining. And of course, I always prefer to go with the lining because I like to hide on the seam inside and to have the clean look not only outside but also inside of my dress. And the result turned out so beautiful. So I hope you guys will like it and try it out. And let's get started.
The first step is making the pattern for the dress. To make the back bodice pattern, I draw a straight line cutting a horizontal line first. From the first straight line, I draw another one 2 cm next to it. From the end of the second straight line, I mark up 9 cm, which is a half of the next side of the dress that I want. Then drawing a perpendicular line from that mark. The length of this line will be 3 cm, which is a dip at the back of the neck. After that, I draw another straight line from the end of the perpendicular line and cut the horizontal line at one point. I connect that cutting point to the mark on the second straight line by a slanted line. Based on it, I draw a curved line to create the neckline at the back bodice. From the end of the second straight line, I keep making another mark at 17 cm, which is the half of my shoulder side. Then drawing a perpendicular line from that mark. The length of this line will be 2.9 cm, which is 1/10 my shoulder side minus a half centimeter. Then connect the end of the perpendicular line to the top of the neckline to create a shoulder line for the back bodice. From the first straight line, I make another one 20 cm next to it. It's a quarter of my bust side. It's also the bust line of the dress. From the end of the bust line, I mark up 22 cm, which is a quarter of my bust side plus 2 cm. After that, I continue the perpendicular line at the shoulder to cut the bust line. Then mark at 1/3 the width of dash line before connecting dash mark to the mark on the bust line that I made before. Based on it, I draw a curved line to create a sleeve line for the back bodice. From the second straight line, I make another one 40 cm from it. It's the length from the shoulder to the belly button. It will be the waistline of the back bodice. From the waistline, I keep drawing another one 23 cm from it. It's a quarter of my hip side. It will be the hip line of the back bodice. From the second straight line, I draw another one 110 cm from it. It's the length from the shoulder to the ankle. It will be the ending line of the dress. From the end of the waistline, I mark up 21 cm, which is a quarter of my bust side plus 1 cm. From the end of the hip line, I mark up 27 cm, which is a quarter of my hip side plus 4 cm. Then connect these two marks to the end of the sleeve line. I also continue this line to the ending line to create the side line of the dress. At the end of the side line, I mark up 1.5 cm. Then connect this mark to the other end of the ending line. Based on it, I draw a curved line to finish the ending line of the back bodice. Adding 1 cm for seam allowance after that, and we will have the back bodice pattern after cutting. You will need to cut 2 pieces for this pattern. To make the front bodice pattern, I will base on the back bodice. I connect the end of the bust line to the top of the neckline to create the neckline for the front bodice. From the cutting point between the perpendicular line from the shoulder and the bust line, I mark inside 2.5 cm. Then connect this mark to the end of the shoulder line. After that, I mark in the middle of this new line before connecting it to the end of the sleeve line. Based on it, I draw a new sleeve line for the front bodice. Adding 1 cm for seam allowance at the new neckline, and also moving the shoulder line 2 cm shorter before cutting. And we will have the front bodice pattern after on. To make the sleeve pattern, I measure the total width of the sleeve line at the front and the back bodice first. After that, I draw a straight line and a horizontal line cutting each other. From the cutting point, I mark at 13 cm on the horizontal line. It's 1/5 my bust side minus 3 cm. It will be the top of the sleeve. From this mark, I draw a slanted line with 22 cm and cut the straight line. 22 cm is the half width of the total sleeve line at the front and the back bodice that I tracked before, minus 2 cm. I divide this slanted line into 3 equal parts. From the middle between two top parts, I draw a perpendicular line with 2 cm length outside the slanted line. From the middle of the third part, I draw a perpendicular line with a half length inside the slanted line. Then drawing a curved line go through this mark to create the sleeve line for the sleeve. Recheck the final width of the sleeve line again to make sure it will be a half of the total sleeve line at the front and the back bodice. From the top of the sleeve, I mark down at 40 cm on the horizontal line. It's the length from the shoulder to over my elbow minus 5 cm. Then drawing a straight line to that mark. From the end of this straight line, I mark up 19 cm, which is the half width of my arm. Make sure you add some extra width here for the comfortable sleeve. Then connect that mark to the end of the sleeve line to create the underarm big line of the sleeve. Adding 1 cm for seam allowance after that, except the horizontal line. And we will have the inside sleeve pattern after cutting. You will need to cut this pattern in full fabric at the horizontal line. To make the outside sleeve pattern, I divide the end of the inside sleeve pattern into 3 equal parts. Then I draw a horizontal line through this mark later. When cutting, don't cut it up at the sleeve line. I keep the sleeve line stay and open 3 parts of the sleeve to extend the width at the end of the sleeve. The more distance between each part, the bigger the sleeve you will have. Then I copy the sleeve line after that and redraw the new sleeve line to make it smoother. I increase 5 cm for the length of the sleeve after that. And we will have the outside sleeve pattern after cutting. You will need to cut this pattern in full fabric at the horizontal line. Now let's start sewing this dress. Here are two pieces of the front batters after cutting. I connect them together at the middle line and sewing. I do the same for two pieces of the back batters after that. Then connect the front and the back batter together at the shoulder and two sidelines. To finish the neck of the dress, I cut a long fabric line with 4 cm width, which is 2 times the width of the binding at the neck and longer than the total width of the neck. I fold the fabric line in half by the width line and use the iron to keep my folding. After that, I connect the other side of the folding fabric to the neck. When it's come to the end of the neck, which is the V-neck part, I connect two ends of the binding together first, then sew the rest of the binding to the neckline later. After the first seam, I cut the end fabric in half, then making another stitching seam later to gather on the fabric to one side. After that, I fold the other side of the binding to the inside and make the second seam. To finish the end of the dress, I fold the end fabric inside 2 times with a half centimeter each time and sewing. Moving to the sleeve, I make the loose seam at the end of the outside sleeve first. Then I create the gathering fabric there later. The final width of the gathering fabric will be the same with the end of the inside sleeve, so we can connect them together later. After sewing, I connect the underarm big line of the inside sleeve and the outside sleeve together. After that, I put the inside sleeve inside, then connect the top of the inside sleeve and the outside sleeve together. Making another sleeve like this. Now I'm connecting the sleeve to the borders at the sleeve lines. And I will finish this dress after sewing. If you don't want the matching fabric, you can make this dress with 1/4 of fabric by cutting the front and the back borders in faux fabric at the horizontal line, which is the middle line of the dress. There are 2 ways to cut the fabric for this dress. The first dress I cut in the straight line of the fabric. The second one I cut in the bias way. And here's my final result. This style of dress is so feminine. The sleeves make it so pretty. The loose fit at the waist make it so comfy. I hope you like it and try it out soon. See you next week.